Alright, we're going to be watching Faflet, who's been playing May on King's Row. This is GM2 on PC, and I'm still sick. Sorry. I'm struggling in limbo between GM4 and GM2 and need help to break through GM1 and top May. Hey everyone, as I got older and lost time playing Overwatch, I could not keep up with the fast-paced gameplay of Genji and Tracer. I can play them at least Masters and low GM, but seriously I'm having trouble keeping my bearings in touch. Because of that, I've been looking to other heroes that play a bit slower to compensate. Currently I'm rotating between Sombra, Mei, Hanzo, Echo, and Pharah. Mei in particular has been entertaining to me, she's now my best hero, primarily due to my generate projectile leaning aim, since the hero is pretty forgiving mechanics-wise. However, it seems I'm struggling to get that last 1% to push through Limbo and break into GM1 and top 500. Here are a few games, lost and wins where I primarily played Mei. Any help or perspectives would be appreciated. Surprise me, I might be missing something very fundamental. Okay, so as a heads up, obviously I'm not GM1 or GM2. The highest I have is GM5 on tank. I could probably get higher if I just grinded, but I don't. But I still probably would cap out at like GM3-ish, I think. I think GM2 is probably a stretch for me, but regardless, my actual rank is still GM5. Having watched through this game, I have to say that I'm actually pretty surprised because it doesn't feel like GM2 level gameplay to me. I think that you die a lot in some pretty easily preventable ways from a GM player's perspective. A, and B, I would say that you miss a lot of shots that I would expect a GM to hit. So I think that those two things are your biggest problems. I think the overall feel I'm getting is you're rushing a lot. Like you're not. Mei is very much like a battlefield tactician, right? You don't have really high damaging abilities, but you have very high impact, space controlling, space dividing abilities through wall, and then you have the ability to obviously duel with ice block and things like that. But you go into fights immediately, like trying to push the temple right away. And I wonder if this is a carryover from like your Genji and Tracer gameplay, where you immediately take a flank, you immediately try to take a fight, instead of looking and being like, hey, what's actually going on here? Can I get an easy kill by walling off, or like create space that allows us to progressively win the point? And that's not something I see very much out of you. In particular, I think you leave your tank out to dry pretty much all the time. I don't think you really think about your tank at all. I think it's really unfortunate because Mei is in many ways an off tank in Overwatch 2, right? Where you see yourself as like kind of like an auxiliary of your main tank, synergizing a lot of your plays with their tank, especially when your main tank is playing for Brawl. So we're gonna walk through. We're gonna talk through a bunch of these scenarios. So the first thing is you're gonna come out here and you're gonna die right away. And this first thing already feels like not GM level gameplay, because you're gonna step out. One of the most common things coming out this door is that there's gonna be Widow, right? It's very, very common that Widows peek this on the opposing team. You're a GM, so you're gonna see Widows pretty regularly. This is the first thing I'm thinking about is there gonna be Widow there? You're gonna see the Widow in the air, right here. You're gonna see her right now, and then you should immediately start evading. What do? You jump. This is not a thing that you should be doing in GM, which is you come out a door, you see a Widow, and then you jump and you give her an easy headshot instead of just like regular AD strafing. In the grand scheme of things, does it matter a lot? No, but it kills 15 seconds off the clock, and if anybody gets staggered, then it continues from there. So this is just really sloppy, and it feels like you don't necessarily respect the opponent. This is actually going to happen a lot. You either respect the opponents too much or don't respect them enough throughout the course of the game, and you're going to make a bunch of bad decisions because of this. But like this is just silly. So Rez gets forced out early. Like, I think you get more deaths than I think everybody else in your team. I'm pretty confident of that. Like, you die a lot. All right, shots there. Those are all fine. Like, I'm not worried about accuracy. Those are totally reasonable shots. So, early wall. Does that make sense? I don't think so. Okay, so you see Sojourner high ground. Sojourner's forced back. You don't know exactly where the Widow is right now. Oh, you see the Widow there. I think you're walling off the Widow right now so that you can go and take Hotel. I think that I take the risk here, honestly, because Wall is such a long cooldown right now, and my Ryan's pushing around the right side of the statue. So, like, I'm gonna need Wall in the next like 10 to 15 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that I want to force this wall right now. I think I take a chance that the Widow doesn't re-peek me in time to get that second kill, because she already just fired the shot right there. By the way, you shouldn't have jumped around that corner again. So I think I take a chance there that it's not gonna happen. All right, so that's number one. Is I don't think this wall is necessary. And obviously, we can see the wall and see the wall is definitely not necessary, right? It's like objectively clear that the Widow is not going to repeat this. But regardless, I think that the wall. Actually, let's see from Widow's perspective. Right? She takes Yeah, she's already repositioning. So the wall has not gone up. Like, she doesn't know the wall has gone up, and she's already repositioning, which is exactly what I would expect in that situation. There's no way that she can stand on point here with your team already pushing the left side of the statue. So I think this is a bad wall. That's number one. Number two, you're going to come through, you're at 157 health. I think that you chill right now because your team is like busy like healing, repositioning, etc. You know, you take mini here and just like chill and don't try to push aggressively. So you're going to take some damage here, and I think that this is a mistake. So if you are going to peek this, I think just peek here, right? Why did you walk backwards to the door and make this such an easy shot for them, right? Like, are you planning on holding hotel and using this off angle to pressure them or not? Because it is strong. If you can stay in here and like mess them up, then your team can push right side, you can hold left side, and then they have nowhere to go. And this is great. I don't understand why you come up here, right? You get damage, okay, fine. You get the mini, okay, good. Just stay in here, right? Just stay in here. Poke this side, force the, because the Yari definitely can't win this fight, right? She's gonna have to leave here. So force the Yari out, then take this angle and poke them down, and I think you've won the fight right there. Like, I think this is a really good position to be in. But for some reason, you decide to back out of this. Like, maybe because you think that, oh, maybe you think they're going to rush you down. Oh, well, you don't have wall. So if you had wall, this is a great example of why saving wall would have been so good, right? If you have wall, there's no way they can push you here. It would be suicide for them to push you. Without wall, I can see why you think that you can get burned down here. I get that. I still wouldn't expect that because your team is, like, reasonably close here. There's no way for them to block LOS, so Bap can just throw a lamp in here and you're never going to die. So I don't think that this is any backing out is necessary. I think you still think you should hold this even without wall. But I would note that with wall, this is an easy hold. But then you back out in a straight line, and then you take damage, and then you block. But you're at 166 health. And I know that right away, right? You come out to 165, okay, good, right? 250 right now, okay, take a shot. I take another shot. Why would I block right now at 166? Unless you think a Widow has already peeking this like tiny angle to shoot you, you're not gonna die here. Right? Even the already headshot doesn't insta-kill you here. There's no reason to waste block. So your first two cooldowns are both wasted, in my opinion. Right? This doesn't feel like GM level decision making with your abilities. All right. I think you realize right away the block's unnecessary. I think what you're thinking here is that, oh, I might get instantly blown up here. But Zen couldn't have blown you up because Zen just fired a shot. So he doesn't have a charged volley. You already can't one-shot you here. The Widow is probably not here at this angle, right? And after that, it's just a soldier, and the soldier's not going to kill you unless she has charge, which she doesn't, right? So I don't think that you'd be worried about anything in this situation. All right. So Ryan's going in. I think you push with the Ryan. Because if the Ryan's going in, like, I'm going in. I understand the soldier is like at this angle, but I think you zigzag here and you continue applying pressure on the soldier because I think you need to follow the Ryan in. Right? Widow's there. Okay, fine. You wall off. Okay, I think that's a good wall. Right? Fine. Force the reposition. So now you need to start applying pressure. The thing is, you can't really do a lot with the Ryan now. By the way, another wall would have been reasonable, would have been to wall off this way. I think your Ryan is making a mistake here, no matter what. But I think number one thing is that you got to apply pressure to the back line at this moment in time. Like, don't worry about the Sigma. Apply pressure to the back line. All right, now the fight's over. Obviously, your Ryan's dead. You know, is what it is. You also have an opportunity to get a kill right here. You see the Yari. You see that she gets pegged right by the Ash. I don't know why you didn't immediately strip to the right and take a shot there. Okay, so let's begin. Aim issues. You come across a Widow. The Widow is not aware of you and is jumping. This is an easy shot. She's going to land slightly to the right now. All you have to do is aim to the right and shoot. You're already shooting right now. You were shooting way too early. But even if you are shooting early, that's fine. Just flick to the right, and this is an easy shot. At GM, I would expect you to hit this 90% plus of the time. Like, not even high GM. I think low GM, this is an easy shot. I do not think you should have trouble hitting this shot. But okay, this is already missed shot number one. Now she's scoping. This is an easy second shot. You missed that one too, right? You missed the third one. This is like, I would say down to like a 40-50% shot, but you missed this one as well. And then her little AD juke throws you off and you miss to the right. And again, I think we're in like the 30-40% range, but you missed four of them. The first one was really easy and the second one was pretty easy. I don't see like GM1 Maze like having that much trouble hitting a target who's not aware of them and is not actively dodging them for the first two shots and is slowed on the second shot. I mean, that's just my perspective. This feels like inaccuracy feels too low to me. You block right now, even though I don't feel like this is necessary. I don't really know why you block. 2, So she can't kill you. Even if she hits a headshot right now, she can't kill you that fast because she's the charge. So you don't need to worry about it, right? So she wouldn't be able to kill you no matter what because you're at full health, right? So you kill the Zen, who for some reason just walks into this. He just walks into the shot. Like, you see how he's just sitting in the corner? That's silly. But the Sigma sneaks up on you, and you're gonna wall and you're gonna die. Ultimately, this fight was over when your Rhine died, right? The moment your Rhine died, here, we're in get out territory. Like, this is not, you're not gonna win this fight without the Rhine. There's no reason to like aggressively push this. Like, at best, push here, try to get a pick, right? Okay, not gonna work, get out. You going this far in means you're committed. Sigma loops in around behind you, right? He's gonna kill you, right? Then he's gonna kill your Ashe, and then your whole team is staggered. The good news is you have short spawn, so like you can do something with this. But like I think you easily could have just reset this, and that would be a more consistent play. But like I said, you do a short spawn, so that's fine. So you look at the situation and be like, okay, BAP's here, Sigma's here, you can hear the Sigma there. All right, fine. Immediately take the off angle, right? If you hold hotel, just hold this angle right here, or this angle if you're afraid of the Widow, you're good. Fight's won. That's all you gotta do. You're wasting time going to the right. So walking to here is dangerous because you know there's a Widow, right? So wall is good, but again, I think it was dangerous for you to walk to the right to begin with. You're gonna come out here, kill the Zen. All right, good. That's the aim's good there. Yari just keeps playing ring around the Rosie. It's fine. You're gonna kill her. Good. All right, work the Sig down. For the record, I already assume the Sigma's gonna die right now, so I would probably look and be like, look, can I poke down the soldier until the Sigma starts committing on me? Okay, he's gonna commit on me. Fine. All right, great. He's dead. Good jiggle peek on the Widow. All right, we're fine. All right, first point taken. So we're gonna move up super aggressively. You're gonna hear the Widow here, or whomever, hear the supports. It was very dangerous to go up there. Like, you're still running a straight line. Like, if you're gonna wall up, immediately start AD strafing instead of running forward a straight line, because you can hear them up there. You could have just gotten blown up right away. Yeah, you get so low there. Like, this Zen could potentially just killed you out of block too. Yeah, you get somewhat lucky there. You get the Mega. Yeah, going up with the team, that's fine. Looking for targets. I think the wall is too early. Right? It's like, I can see going around the corner that she's not going to be that far away from me. I don't want a wall yet. Like, this wall is way too early. It's just the Zen and Yari anyway, so it's not like I'm going to wall off healing here, right? I think you wait a little longer and then wall off there. I think this is a mistake, right? I think this is another bad wall. So not a good angle for you. You recognize that right away. Yeah, you try to poke, try to save your team. Okay, Sigma's down. Great, reset. Okay, you're going to make a mistake here. You're trying to go away, which is fine. Like, you could either choose them to die right there or get out. You're choosing to get out. That's great. You're going to take one shot here. You're good. This is fine. Good headshot. Now leave. Nope. You just had to re-peek. As soon as I saw you do this in game, like when I was watching this the first time, I was like, this is a mistake. Because they're chasing you down, which is exactly, for anyone who's not GM, this is 100% what I would expect to happen. At GM, people are ruthless about chasing people down to force staggers. That one extra shot right here was unnecessary. And now they're chasing you down and they're going to kill you. Even with block here, right? See? Like, you really should have blocked right now to give yourself some chance. Block and immediately ran and try to make it to the Mega. But this is a big, big stagger, right? You're dead. Remember, this started because your Sigma is dead. Your Sigma just spawned and he's walking on a spawn. This is a sloppy stagger. And, like, your Ashe also staggers, for the record, but, like, slightly before you. I would just know, but like this is like stuff that you really want to be doing. Like, it's just wasting time off the clock. Like, who cares? Like, oh, tank's dead, fine, reset. It's fine. Just reset. So you're gonna see a jumper right now. You're gonna see the Widow, and could have gone for that shot. Because she also, you can tell based on her gun angle, she's not aiming at you. But I can see that she's aiming to the right. All right. So we're walking forwards right now. Wait, where's the wall? Why did you wall first? I don't think you wall that. The odds of a Widow being up here, stepping out and trying to kill your team is so low. Also, it's a relatively easy shot for you. Like, if she does that, so be it. Like, I don't think you need to worry about that. I think it's a bad wall. I disagree with almost all of your walls. That is going to be a common theme in this game, is that I see why you do them. Like, they're not, like, illogical to me. I just don't think... I think you're going for good walls instead of going for great walls. And that's a big differentiator in, like, your ability to swing the game. Right? because a lot of your good walls only get okay value. Alright. So, a lot of stuff happening here. You spray a ton, for the record. Like, look how long you're going to spray here with no actual target. Alright. So, you're going to throw Blizzard. I understand following this up with Blizzard because it is like a reasonably good opportunity. I think you chuck this deeper, because this is way too short. It's going to take too long to activate, and it's pretty much only going to get the tank here, most likely. And that is exactly what happens. You're going to win this fight anyway. I would just note, like, if the enemy supports were not, like, the Uyari and a Zen, like, for example, if they have Baptiste here, this Sigma may not actually die, and you just tossed away your ult for nothing. I think that this is quite lucky in this situation that you're going to get away with this. But I think you should have thrown that ulti deeper. There's no reason to not throw that ulti deeper, because you just saw Grasp go off, so they don't have anything that can counter this, right? Just chuck it, like, here, right? Or, like, out here, so you can get LOS around the wall, and you're good. And then that's a guaranteed fight win. This put the fight into doubt. Like, there's some chance that they could win this fight right now. So, just noting. Also, everybody in your team popped ultis in that fight. Literally all 5 of you. Which I think is a bad call. I think, actually, rewinding here. I'm dying. Noting, do I even need to pop Blizzard here? Okay, so Windows already got off. We forced Trance, we forced Captive Sun. I think Bob's, oh yeah, you and Bob go at the same time. Flux is already going. Yeah, your Flux is already just gone. Yeah, I understand. I think it's still the right call to pop Blizzard here. Alright, you go up, take the Mega. Another example of where, like, I don't think this was that hard of a shot. So, I think one problem here is when you start your shot, you're not actually tracking after you start your shot. Like, the delay is a problem for you. You're shooting, you're like, once you hit right click, you're just like kind of hold your aim. Versus when I play Mei and I pop right click, I'm tracking them the whole way after I've fired the shot to adjust for their new movement, if that makes sense, right? Because if you have like that quarter-second delay when you start the attack versus when it actually comes out, you need to be tracking through that. So I think if you track through that, this is a hit. And I've seen that consistent pattern for you where you just flick like you're shooting a Cassidy shot instead of tracking with them, which might be an issue. Alright, poking here, I think this is all fine, right? You have no danger to the soldier, and she can't one-tap you, right? 195 damage on a headshot, so you have no reason to not take that fight. I would reload right now. One thing to note about walling Sigma. Sigma is a very bad tank to wall early, right? Early in the fight when he has cooldowns and he has high health, because Grasp is so good at keeping him alive. And that usually allows his team to bust through it. Similar thing for like Orisa, but with like Orisa you can maybe like burn through cooldowns at least. But for Sigma, it's often like you have a limited opportunity to get the wall in, and if you pop the wall early, he just uses Grasp and walks back and he continues kiting you at like 20 meters, and then your team never gets an opportunity to kill him. So I would think it's like for Sigma, I would never think about walling him early unless I'm playing with a team that can guaranteed kill him through Grasp, right? So for example, like Reinhardt with like a pin and then like swinging through Grasp can kill him, or like a Symmetra. But beyond that, I would be very careful about early shots. I would not be jumping. So one thing to think about here is, you know where the Widow is, right? The Widow is playing back right door, and she's going to continue playing back right door. There's no way the Widow's going to rotate to like this angle. It's going to take her way too long. So you're very scared of the Widow, which is why you're playing off, and I understand that why you don't play here. But if you play here, you can pressure the backline more, because right now you're exclusively shooting the Sigma, which I think is a bad idea. I think you really want to be punishing the Zen and the Yuliar, especially the Zen, who's one of the easiest targets to hit with Mei icicle shots in the game. Like, if I was playing Mei here, I'm hitting the Zen easily 50% plus of the time with every single icicle. Like, no problem. I don't think it's an issue at all, which totally forces the Zen to break line of sight with Discord, and I think it's a much easier fight win from there. So, this is a good example of what I mean is by, this is an early wall. I get why you wall here, because he's like basically locked off, but the problem is he's not particularly low, and he still has Grasp, which means he's not actually in any danger here. So see, we burn, he pops Grasp, right? He sits back, and he lives. That's exactly what I mean by early walls are bad against Sigma. And I don't think you needed the wall here. It's not like, oh, we're like getting destabilized, we're losing momentum, I need the wall. I think you just thought, oh, this is a good wall opportunity. But I don't see this as a good wall opportunity. I think at the minimum you have to break shield first. Because if you broke the shield first, you would have done just enough damage that he was going to die here. See how low he gets? Like, he gets really low here. If shield's broken first, maybe he dies right now instead of having this happen. I would also note here is that with Zen and Yari, they have a very low sustain comp. You have Mercy and Baptiste, you have way better sustain. So instead of trying to force things out, like rushing it, right, with that wall, just burn them down, right? Your team is also pretty tanky. No one's going to one-shot your Sigma. Just keep right-clicking them down incessantly, especially the supports, and eventually you're going to win the fight that way. Like, once wall is down, like, you've given up, like, your biggest tool to do anything about this fight. So, Sojourn's going to pop Overclock here, and he's going to kill your Mei, or your Mercy. She looks at you. This is an immediate block. Why? You have 119 health. What are you thinking here? Sojourn does 130 damage on a body shot. Like, this is an immediate block. She's looking right at you with Overclock. This is an immediate block. These are not mistakes that you should be making, right? If you're GM1, if you're going to be GM1, that means you got to be dumpstering all over GM2 players. This is a very easy read. I think once you're in Masters, I think this is an easy read right here that I have to block right away. First shot, fine, I can live with that, right? I don't know if she's looking at me, whatever, but as soon as I saw she kills the Mercy, I'm looking back to aim at her, block right away. If you would unblock after the shot, that's fine. I get that because you're also rushed now because you're down 1. But not blocking here and letting yourself die is silly. You're consistently dying a lot. a lot. Often the first person to die in fights, and it's like for silly reasons, like easily preventable reasons. Not like the Widow comes out of nowhere and kills you. Like things that you should have known. Alright. So we're coming back to the fight, we're rejoining. I'd already look at this fight and be like, the odds of us winning this are not good. So I see it's 3 on 5 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 3 on 5 plus me, so 4 on 5. I still think it's pretty unlikely to win this fight. But we'll see what happens. Sojourn's playing high ground. So you're gonna go up and challenge Sojourn. Weirdly enough, I don't think this is the right call. Because number 1, you're gonna be an LOS of the team when you walk forwards right now. So if you're gonna do this, at least do this from over here. A. B, I think it's very hard for someone to actually get kills at this angle. So I think that it also would have been reasonable to just push up and try to just apply some pressure and see if your team can stabilize. But realistically, I don't think we're going to win this fight anyway. But you're going to go up here, and then you're going to die. And this is another example where it's like, I know you're really trying really hard to push the Sojourn off, but like this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But your Baptiste and everybody else is throwing for trying to continue this fight anyway. Alright, you wall off the Sig, this is fine, like, it's not really going to change anything, right? There's no way for anybody to chase down the Sig. Alright, so you see the Soldier in the back line. Another shot where I think you should make this. See, you start the shot and you don't track at all. I'm pretty sure this is like a core issue with the way that you're aiming with Mei, is that you're simply not tracking after you start your shot. Like, when you start your shot, you're like, oh, it's just going to go when it's going to go. Alright, this is a good duel here, right? You do a good job, block the charge shot. And you're gonna push right now. Alright, reload, that's fine. I don't know why you're spraying right now. Let's think for a second. You wall off, but your Sigma's dead. So this is a 4-on-4 situation, but they have a tank. Statistically speaking, you are not likely to win this fight. So I don't know if I'm popping Blizzard here. Okay, like I'm already here, so I might as well like see if I can fight it out, but I don't think I'm killing the Sigma, right? I had trouble killing the Sigma even when my tank was there. Now I don't even have a tank. So it's a very, very unlikely that I'm gonna be able to take this and turn this into a kill. Alright, Sigma does die, but can we win the fight? Well, we're poking. Or, you know, good wall. Unfortunately, you don't have enough ammo to kill him. Right? By the way, stop spraying. Just right click. Right click does so much more damage. You see how low he gets? Stop spraying. Just one body shot kills him. Right? And once you came over this, you should be body shotting him right now. A body shot here kills him. There's no need to spray. Like the healing is too much. Like you need burst damage right now to get kills. So we're just gonna chill here. I don't really know why you blocked there. I think you're worried about getting like blown up by the Zen. So you wall off. I think this is an okay wall. Again, like they're able to continue stalling. And remember, you popped Blizzard for this. You forced Blizzard for this fight. This is your choice that you did to try to take this fight. And I disagreed with that at the beginning because I'm like, look, I don't have a tank. Odds of me winning, they do. even numbers, odds of me winning, very low. Tanks are super good at like controlling space, right? You traded that Blizzard for the Sigma, but now you have no ability to get through and confirm this win. It's funny because when I saw him throw this rock, I did not expect it to hit. I did not expect it to hit me. I could already tell it's gonna hit the wall. The hitbox for rock is huge. I don't know if you play tank, but like this is the kind of thing where I play tank, so I saw right away like that rock is not gonna hit me. I wouldn't have pop block, which is really unfortunate because like this is a very close fight, so you need that block. I think you need to be playing closer here, not farther. So because once he goes back, like I understand you back up now, but once I see this, I start walking forwards again. Because I need to get damage in right now quickly, especially with flux happening. Like the longer this fight goes, the worse it's gonna get for me. I don't trust that my team wins this the longer the fight goes. Right? They have just too much damage right now. Plus flux gives them a huge advantage. Now your Sigma's dead again. By the way, when after flux goes off, I'm gonna see Sigma get picked up by this. I wall in front of him. Because I'm nervous he's going to die. You see how low he is? I'm nervous he's going to die right now. So I wall in front of him because I know Flux is going to end. You don't wall. He gets slammed, and then he dies. Another good example of like a wall that would have... And you had wall the whole time. You're saving wall for quite a while, actually. Right? You see? You have wall right now. This is so much time. In GM land, this is so much time to react to wall to save your Sigma. Like, I'm telling you, like you have almost no synergy with your tank whatsoever. It feels like you don't even think about what your tank is trying to do or like what your tank is having trouble with. And I think that's a big weakness for you as Mei. At some level, maybe I should actually watch one of the games where you're win because I'm like very curious like how you end up winning games because what I'm seeing right here does not feel like someone who should be GM2 to be blunt. I mean, obviously you are GM2, so like I'm missing something, but like when I'm looking at this, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I think you're trying to stall here because you have 10 seconds left, so you're trying to see if you can touch the point. It doesn't work. It's fine. Alright, so they spawn. You're looking for this. By the way, you should expect that they're going to know this because it's coming, right? Because you've been playing Mei the whole time. So I would 100% expect that there's going to be a Mei wall calling at this choke. So I wouldn't expect this to be as effective, right? See, Sigma comes in. He immediately just throws the rock at you. Because he knows, right? He knows that you're going to be there. It's such a... But like this is at GM2, you should have known. Like that's what I'm thinking, even when the game was playing, because I always when I start the second half of games, right? I always think, what heroes am I going to be facing when I'm coming out the door, so I can plan accordingly. And so I'm holding tab. I'm looking at the opposing lineup. I'm like, okay, who played what? And I'm like, look, I saw Mei forcing the entire first point. So the first half, I expect you're still going to be playing Mei the second half because it's a strong. I mean, Mei's even stronger in defense than she is on offense in this map. So I'm expecting you to play Mei here. So he comes in, he's already locked and loaded. He's right away throwing the rock at you. This Sigma is like outplaying you pretty significantly. Kill pylon, that's fine. I don't think you give up this angle. I think you stay here, right? Stay here, keep poking them. Like the BAP doesn't want to have to deal with you and the Sigma. The second you start shooting icicles at him, he has to focus on you. He has to respect that. Right? Yeah, I think just stay here. But like you're playing like so safe back here. I think you can play door. Like left side, right side of door. I think you can safely play door here, especially with rock down. I would note here, look at your icicle accuracy. Alright, so you get rocked right here, okay? So that icicle misses, no chance of it hitting, right? Hit the pillar. That icicle hits the wall, no chance of it hitting. That icicle hits the pillar. Again, like your aim is off. I think you realize that right away. You finally hit one, so we're going to say 1 for 4 on an inanimate object, right? Okay, 2 for 5. That shot's not at anything, so 2 for 6. 2 for 7, again, nobody here. 2 for 8, nobody here. Okay, now we're shooting. Okay, that's okay, I understand that shot. That's okay, 2 for 9. That's just spam, 2 for 10. Like, you're running low on ammo at this point. Like, you got to wait and actually get some shots. That's 2 for 11, 2 for 12, 2 for 13. This is no good. 13 shots, right? And 2 of them were, the only 2 hits you got were on a pylon. You're just not putting out any damage pressure. It's really, really rough, right? And we see this like pretty consistently. You have a lot of trouble hitting icicles. It's like very surprising to me that you're GM2. So, like, icicles are not, you're not your Junkrat, right? Like, don't just spam icicles just for the sake of spamming some icicles. Like, try to actually see if you can get kills. If the BAP isn't playing here, fine, right? You can poke out here for a second, try to poke here, right? You can wall him off, right? And then poke out the Sojourn. Like, you got options here that are not just spamming into space. So, I would not worry about the Sigma's not going to die here, right? worry about the Hanzo, worry about the Baptiste, literally anybody but the Sigma. See, like, you keep thinking the Sigma is vulnerable. This Sigma is not gonna die. You see a Sigma and you're like, oh, he's got 150 health and he's grasping, he's gonna die. He's not gonna die. I'm looking at the Sigma and there's no way anyone's gonna kill him. The only person here who can do damage on him is Reinhardt. And we've already seen, they punish Reinhardt every single time he's trying to push in. Same thing here, right? He gets obliterated. Yeah. Everybody's making bad reads here. Everybody in your team, you and your tank are both making really bad reads here. There's no way this Sigma is gonna die. Like, at GM, like, you have to look at it and just, like, go through the abilities you've seen. Think about the supports they have. There's no way the Sigma dies right now, even with the wall off. Right? I don't even think the wall off is good. Yeah, see, the wall is not even good here. If you wall them off completely, maybe he dies. But without that, and now you've lost your tank, the fight's over. Like, nothing here even matters. Like, you already lost your tank. Alright. So we reset here. Stop shooting the Sigma. Please stop shooting the Sigma. But again, like, your icicle accuracy is really bad. Wow, I didn't pick. I thought it was a problem the first time I watched this. It is actually super bad. Like, you should be hitting somebody in the backline right now, and you're hitting nobody. Like, I don't think you could consistently hit squishies in the backline at all. Like, watch. Okay, Baptiste has jumped over the wall. He is like a sitting duck right now. So your hit should be on target right now. He is literally stuck right here. And you see how far off your shot is? Right? Like, the second shot I understand, but like the first shot is like still significantly off because of the fact that he was crouched in place. Like, let's play it full speed. Right? He's crouched in place jumping and you miss it. That's bad, right? You miss the one where he's crouched and you miss the one where he's up top. And you don't miss because he crouched, you missed laterally left. That can't happen. The accuracy is way too low. Way too low. Like, I feel like your other games, if I watch them, like, your games are supposed to be insane. Like, your wall's supposed to be insane. Because, like, the icicle accuracy is, like, super, super poor. Like, I feel like I want to, like, after this, I want to go play, like, a quick play May game and, like, demonstrate, like, just how much better my icicle accuracy is than yours. And, like, I am nowhere close to being a GM level May. Alright, so you're going to try to run through this. So let's think for a second. Let's think for a second. What does the Sigma do with a flux? I just want to confirm what actually is happening here. Yeah. So everybody ends up running out of this flux because he doesn't actually pick anybody up with it. Or he gets in. Oh! I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense because it should have picked people up. So Lifeweaver makes a hell of a play here. He's covering the center of the flux to block the flux. I was wondering, I'm like, how did this not pick anybody up? Okay, so that's fine. We can't assume that's gonna happen. That's like a hell of a play. I would not expect that to happen. So when he picks you up here, or when he goes for the flux, the correct move, right, is to scatter. Okay, right here, I do not block. I run in. Why? I want to take a chance that I don't get picked up because you're right at the edge. So, like, literally within half a second, you're going to be outside of this. Or if he puts it slightly back or whatever, I don't think you block here. And then you wait to see if you get picked up. If you get picked up, then look and see, is the Baptiste healing me? Yes? Great. I still don't block. Only if I'm not getting healed and I get picked up and I'm not getting healed, then I block. Because otherwise it's a waste of block in what is going to be a very close fight. This is like a very, and I think this may be a legacy of you playing like Genji and Tracer, who are very, very unforgiving in terms of like how small your margins are for living. Mei is a much larger margin for living because you have an extra 50 health, and block is so strong. It not only makes you invincible, but also heals you. So this is like, oh, I'm going to pop this ability to immediately cancel their ability. I don't think you should be using block like that except when you're fighting 1v1s. In this situation where you're still in like that poke phase, but you're about to be hard committed soon, I want to save block and not have it be down for 12 seconds. Additionally, this would have meant that you would never have blocked here at all because the Sigma wouldn't have picked you up because of the Lifeweaver play. So I think all in all, this is like really suboptimal play. Even if the Lifeweaver didn't put the wall down, put the tree down to block it, I still think this is a bad play. All right, you're in the back line. Mechanics are everything, right? This should be a kill. You have to get a kill here. Right? Just kill him. Just kill him. And not having block here also makes your life really, really hard. All right, you like you come out here and like this is a moment. Like if you're any other DPS hero, like Soldier, Cassidy, Reaper, Junkrat, Ashe, anybody, Everybody, every other DPS, even Symmetra, every DPS gets a kill here. There are 3 people. All of them are staring at your Rein. There's a ton of space right now. You go out, you fire 1 icicle, you spray a little bit, and you're like, oh, screw this, and you jump back in. I would be furious if I was your tank right now. I'd be like, how much space does your tank need to make at this moment in time for you to get a kill? Like, you cannot get kills here. And it's brutal. And partially it's your icicle aim, partially it's your mechanics, partially, like, you could just play the door here and just continually spam the icicles here. Like, anything to try to potentially get a kill, I think this is all wasted. Like, their team inevitably is going to blow you up, right? Because, like, you're just not able to get kills. Like, pretty much the only time you get kills is when you can get somebody in an extremely favorable close range one-on-one, or, like, you get a Blizzard kill. Beyond that, like, you just can't duel people, or, like, even just pick people off when they're not attacking you because your aim isn't good enough. You know, you also don't hit nearly enough headshots. That's also as another note. So, you get burned here. You die pretty fast right now. I understand because you're basically full health right now. But she is overclocked at this moment in time. Yeah, you know she's overclocked. So this should have been a wall off, right? I think that you just wall her off right now. Like, you wall, frankly, both of them off. And just play slow. Because, like, your team has to contest here. So I think not walling here is a mistake as well, right? Which is, like, yet another mistake. Alright, so we're coming through. I just want to note coming up here. So I see the Illari on high ground. I want to go right here and go up and contest this way versus going left. And I know you want to go left probably because it's a really nice close angle and you could wall off easily, but nobody else in your team can really help deal with high ground. Like the Sojourn sort of can, so I think I would probably try to stay high ground here. I think I would go right side. I don't think there's a reason to go left. I think you want to go right. Yeah, especially with how far away the card is. Yeah. See, this is like another good example. Like, your aim is just not good. Like, to be perfectly blunt here, this is an easy shot. Like, this should not... You see how you're not tracking, right? Watch. So, when the icicle starts coming out, you should still be tracking to make sure you're on target. Right? Right there, you're sort of doing it. Right here, you're good. You see how you're just going to hold it? That's wrong. Right? It's not actually that kind of ability. Like, you need to start, you can flick aim initially, but then you have to track after that, and you're just never tracking. It's really rough. Right? You just fired 4 icicles at her and hit 0 of them, for the record. 5, 6, right? That one hits a pole. Okay. So, you go for a very early Blizzard here. I'm also surprised this did not hit the shield. This, like, is so close to hitting the shield. This is unbelievably close to hitting the shield. But also, you should have thrown it slightly deeper, so, because if the BAP gets even slightly to the left, he's not going to get frozen here. But I think it's a good wall. Yep. I think this is still going to work. I think the Blizzard still ends up being enough. I just think, like, your Blizzards are always, like, a little less optimal than I would like, and I think that it's not hard to throw better Blizzards. Like, I don't think you're thinking enough about LOS or how deep to throw them. You're consistently throwing them really, really short. Which would make sense if they had the ability to eat it, but, like, you just saw him use Grasp, and it looked like you were countering, like, doing it off of the fact that Grasp had been used. I agree with that block. I think you got getting low. All right, gotta back out now. This is fine. Right? Yeah, give him space. Good. Right? Sojourn on your left. Okay, yeah, definitely in trouble. I understand the wall there. I think your BAP does a good job saving you, but, like, the Sojourn's been blowing you up all game. I would also note here, I think the enemy DPS are, like, clearly better than you. Which is why, again, this is surprising that this is a GM2 game. The enemy DPS look very clearly better than you and have significantly more impact than you do on a consistent basis. Alright, going up here. Yeah, I think spray here's fine. Yeah, we'll get her. So, another flank. Okay, here's our flank. Let's hit some icicles. No one is dodging me. A miss. 0 for 1. 0 for 2. 0 for 3. Hits the light. Alright, hit the lamp. Oh, we're not going to count that. And, okay, great. Whoa, that's like the first final blow I've seen in like 5 minutes. Okay, great. On a floating injured target. You know, it's like, this is just not good. Alright, good. Yep, that's good kill. right? Solid kill. Again, they couldn't really dodge, but we'll take it, right? There's definitely times we've seen where you could not hit targets that were stationary, so yeah. All right, working the shield down does the right call. I would play a little further back because you don't want Sigma to be able to spam you. I'm worried about, well, actually, Flux just happened, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I would say I would be slightly worried about letting him farm Will Charge again, but I understand that well. I think that it's dangerous to do this. I think that you should have played inside corner here and then tried to wall off because he could have just headshotted you right now. Does Hanzo headshot kill 250 health heroes anymore? I can't remember if it got changed. But that's fine. Yep, reset. Yep. Yeah, just chill. Get healing. Alright, so you should block here. So, do you know what the one-hit breakpoint is for Sigma? It's 195. So, when you come out here, 128, right, you're at 178, he pops rock, I see him turn towards me, I block right now. I mean, I think this is tough, right? But I think that a GM, this is something I would expect you to block at least 75% of the time. And then once you die, like, you see your team's just gonna get steamrolled. Like, again, like, you're consistently dying, like, pretty much one of the first people to die, like, every single way. It's either you or the opposing tank, and often the opposing tank dies, partially from their own bad calls, but, like, partially because you're not helping the tank at all. Like, I understand from the tank's perspective, it's very frustrating, because there's both not enough damage coming in, and there's not good enough walls for me to do anything with. So I understand why your tank's playing Sigma too, because, like, what the heck am I... Like, all the timings feel wrong here. Another good example of a Blizzard that is way too short. Right? Like, I hope you see how obvious it is that your Blizzards are way too short. I also don't know that I really want to pop Blizzard right now. Like, my team's quite far back, and my Sigma is grasping, so there's no damage coming out of here other than me. Right? Plus the Soldier has control of high ground. Right? Like, you have to pop block just to stay alive here. Alright, great. You're on the Sigma, and you just get killed. Like, it never looks like you're gonna win this fight. I don't know what you're seeing here that you thought, hey, throwing Blizzard here is the right call. This feels like it's a mistake the whole way. Like, literally, like, you coming up, and again, note that you could take this opportunity to go top right to help challenge high ground. But, like, you throw this Blizzard, and I'm already like, okay, cool. If I'm the opposing team, I'm thrilled. Like, I don't even the Sigma's gonna get caught in this. I'm like, I'm good. Like, you're not gonna kill me through this. Like, I have a Baptiste on my team. There's no way you're gonna kill me through this. You have to throw this Blizzard all the way out here to have any chance of winning this fight. And I don't think you need to throw Blizzard right now at all, because I think you actually are okay here. Like, your team will stabilize, like, your supports are getting here, you're missing one hero still. Like, this feels like a mistake. I think, again, if you're gonna do this, that Blizzard had better be on target, like, much further out. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother watching the Tracer gameplay. It's like, it doesn't matter. Okay, so, recapping. Number one, I think I disagree with basically all of your walls. I would say all. I would say I disagree with like 2/3 of your walls. I think that your walls are not at the right time or not positioned correctly. And I think that's really problematic. That's number one. Number two, I think your icicle accuracy is a huge problem. It's a huge problem. Like, really, 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 really big problem. Cannot emphasize enough. It's a really, really big problem, and I think that you need to improve it, for sure. And I don't think it's that hard either, especially if you're playing, like, Genji already at GM or Masters or whatever. Like, it shouldn't be that hard for you to get the hang of getting used to icicles, but it doesn't feel like that. That's number two. Number three, I think your Blizzards are consistently short. Very, very short. Number four, I think you're dying way too much and often the first person to die, which is especially bad because Mei is one of the most durable, safest heroes in the game to play, like non-tanks. So you really should not be dying first, like, ever. And number five, I think suboptimal usage of, like, ice block in general. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.